Welcome back to California Cooking. We're counting down to Christmas with fun, festive cakes to celebrate the holiday season, a homemade Bolognese for your Christmas Eve dinner, and a crafty, chocolatey dessert. Wouldn't it be so much fun to get to play with sprinkles for a living? I had the best time with the creator of the Rainbow Explosion Cake, and I loved hearing all about how she started and has grown her cake empire. I want to move to, do you have an extra room? Because
I do. Do you want to live in a playroom?
I do. I pulled up to this house and it was so cute because I was reading this article about you and moving from New York to LA and how you wanted this kind of LA experience. And I tell you what, when you pull up to your house, it's like you've been transported to like the most lovely LA on a sunny winter day.
I was going for like 50s pink, like my oven, my Christmas tree.
Yes.
It might be pink, who knows?
Everything's pink, the tree, the oven, and your house is so colorful and so full of life. But again, I think you're kind of known for color and rainbows and sequins.
Look, I'm a firm believer in birthday lifestyle. I talk about it all the time. You wake up, you wear your favorite clothes, eat your favorite food, hang out with your favorite people. Same with your house, you know, you wake up to it every day. Why not make it the thing that makes you the happiest ever?
Who taught you that, or were you born like that?
You know what, I think a little bit, it's part the spirit of how I grew up in Mexico. You know, I don't know if you've ever been there, but the streets are colorful, the houses are different colors, the food is so vibrant, the flavors, it makes me feel like Mexico reminds me of a celebration, and that's where I grew up. So basically, when you combine it all together, that's how you even ended up with this cake, because it's inspired by piñata.
How does growing up in Mexico and then you moved to the US at some point, you grew up in Texas as well, right?
Yes, it was border, so Juarez and El Paso are border, and I actually would cross the border every day to go to school.
Oh, wow, so you kind of had a foot in each country.
Yes, yes, and I just kind of loved it. I feel like I got to grow up in two different cultures and two different worlds and embrace it all through the magic that was baking with my mom.
Now that you're a mom and you have kids, how do you incorporate that into the holidays and Christmas, your Mexican heritage and growing up here in the US?
Oh my gosh, all of it. And I feel like I'm someone who, you know, like there's people who meet someone and they sort of like transform. Yeah. I definitely don't do that, but I think I meet a holiday and I'm like, I could celebrate that. Yeah. So like,
I got that.
Yeah, so like whatever type of holiday there is. Christmas is obviously really special for me because that's what I had growing up, but we have every celebration that we've incorporated. 10 years ago, I started out in my apartment and it was like a true New York working out of your basement, like kind of story. It was so wild because a few years into it, I met what is now my husband, business partner, everything person. And he became my neighbor across the street from me in my apartment, and I noticed that he was gone all day. And so I was like, hey friend, can I double my production and borrow your oven while you're...
So, wait. Your now husband, you asked him at the time, some random guy that lived across the street from you, can I use your kitchen to grow my business?
Yes.
No. And what was his answer?
He was like the
you're
friendliest.
cute?
Yeah, he was like the friendliest guy ever. I didn't even know he was like lactose intolerant at the time. I was like, I'll trade you for cake. He said yes. I don't know why, but he didn't care. He was so sweet. It just was like a funny thing where in the daytime I would be running back having timers between the two apartments, and then he'd come home, his apartment smelled good, and I was gone. And he started helping me with a few different things where we'd go to a party and I'd be like, oh, do you want to come? You know, things. And I'd be like, that person owes me money, that person. And he's like, well, do you invoice them? And I was like, I forgot. Like, I was just like,
that so business part of you was not.
That I was like not activating on, like, I was like, they'll pay me at some point. Like, and he was like, no, like, let me help you. And he was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna help you. Like, I'm gonna quit my job and we're gonna do this. And I was like, I'm not asking you to do that, you sure? And he's like, yes. It was right when we got engaged. He was like,
gosh.
And I said, I'm not getting married without a store. That was my, like, I can't. Like,
you didn't want a ring,
works.
You wanted a store.
Yes, I wanted a store. And so we were engaged and we actually opened the store the year we got married. And he does everything that I don't know how to do.
This is the best story.
One cake at a time now.
now Williams Sonoma is making things with your name on it. Pottery Barn.
Yes, I feel like, so I just launched this Williams Sonoma bakeware and it's a full set of 6 rainbow, and I guess I want to say 5 years now, and we have like 30 something products, bowls and kits and spatulas, and every time I feel like it's the most amazing thing. But this bakeware set means so much to me. When I saw it, I literally started crying because it says
your name,
Flower Shop, on the actual pan. And I think of a time of like, pans were the first thing I needed to save money for to grow my business, and now like I have my own pan.
This is a cutie. This is something you're known for, your rainbow cakes.
We're doing an explosion snowman today.
Yay.
There's so many ways to get here. If you want to start from scratch, you can get the recipe online on KTLA. There's also a book, Power of Sprinkles. If you want to start from a kit, we have a kit at Williams-Sonoma that you can buy.
How do we make your cute snowman?
I have a traditional rainbow here. If you're baking it from scratch, you could make, like you said, any different color that you want. If today you're making it, because yes, I think everybody.
I'm a terrible baker, Amira. I really am.
This is baked already.
I know.
We're decorating. We're decorating. You can't
really
mess
screw
it up. So you're gonna want to cut a hole inside of 5.
Yes. And you'll understand why we're cutting a hole in just a second, because this is what Amira's known for.
And here, I can do.
So right in the center?
Yep, right in the center. We've got all of our holes. So this part I'll show you. I just do one little ring on a board. This is just acting as glue so it doesn't slide around.
Okay, this
so we have
is
our explosion
the cool part.
net. Yes, this is sixlets, meteors, gels, and non-pearls that love to bounce on the counter, so beware. And you did it perfectly. I mean, you crushed it.
I did okay.
We do what I call crumb coat, and that just means we're doing a really thin layer.
And so this can be kind of messy because you're gonna smooth it out.
It can be so messy. What I like to do with these guys, and it comes with the kit, but what I do is I basically just start smoothing. And so you wanna apply enough pressure where you're moving the frosting, but you don't want to apply enough that you're like tilting the cake. Right. I'm gonna pop it in the fridge and make sure that we can work with it. So now that it's colder, look.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, not
way
going
better.
Anywhere.
We're gonna do one final layer.
Okay.
Just so the sprinkles stick. Cause see how it's not as sticky?
Yeah, no.
And this is just a tiny layer.
Yeah.
We're just making sure the cake is sticky enough for our sprinkles.
Do you eat cake every day?
I taste a lot of cake throughout the day, a lot of ice cream, a lot of cookies. If you haven't tried our cookies, go check them out at Westfield. Order some delivery in LA. But Westfield is so fun. There's a whole shop there. You can get cakes, treats, all the bakeware, and it snows. It snows like every hour.
It snows at your shop?
It's so cute. Well, there's like a Santa's Village and they have performances, and Westfield makes it snow. I don't know how, but they do.
And it's the Westfield Century City?
Yes, there's a billion ways to sprinkle cakes, but this one in particular is my absolute favorite. You do not need a tool. You scoop it, and then I literally just
cup it
all the way up. Look at that.
Look at that. Ta-da!
So I am going to do my nose. Look how cute. Do you want to make a mouth? Okay. Maybe start center, and then you'll see how much you have.
This is so fun.
It's fun, right? You're perfect. Oh my God, look at her. Okay, she needs eyes. This eye here, and I'm doing a Flower Shop eye, which is just like always winking. And then we'll give her another eye over here. Okay, love it. And then if you wanted to, we could give a little scarf. Okay. You just made this.
This is the moment of truth.
You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
One thing that's very important when you go to cut this cake, you want to make sure that you're applying pressure and try and get a straight line. But if you're videoing or your friends and family, you want to show them what you did, don't cut it towards you. Cut it towards the camera like I'm going to do right now. 1, 2. Happy holidays!
Okay, get out the dust buster. That's
no, now we eat it.
Oh my gosh, is that what we do?
Oh yeah, we get into it.
Oh my gosh, look at that!
You made this.
We made it, and any party where that happens is a good time. I tell you, you are like Christmas magic wrapped up in sequins. You really are. I had the best time. I love your house. I want to come back.
Please come back. We could do this for every holiday. You want to come every holiday?
You inspire me. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Happy
for
holidays.
coming.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
coming up. It's a cozy Christmas Eve dish that can simmer on the stove all day long. And then I'm gonna show you how to make this really cute Christmas treat that the whole family can help you make. Here's a cozy, comforting dish perfect for your Christmas Eve dinner. When I think of Christmas or Christmas Eve, I always think of a cozy, warm kind of a meal. And for some reason, my family's not Italian, but we tend to cook Italian food a lot on Christmas Eve. I just think the colors, and it usually is kind of a cozy sort of a meal. So today, I'm going to make a Bolognese, which is exactly that. It's slow cooking. You can make it earlier in the day and just let it kind of bubble away on the stove, and then the house smells so good. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna try a Bolognese. And the first thing is you gotta get the veg going. So it's the mirepoix, which is celery, carrots, onion, and then some garlic too. So the easiest way to do this, forget all the chopping. I made this the other night and I said, why am I gonna chop all this by hand? I'm gonna throw it all in the food processor. I'm gonna chop up 1 onion, 3 garlic cloves, 2 carrots, and then some celery. 2 to 3 stalks of celery. And that's it. Your chopping is done, which is the best part. Give it a few pulses. You want a fine chop. That's done. Our chopping is done. Now that we've got our veggies, let's go back and cook up our meat and our veggies and get it going. Now, I apologize in advance if this is not authentic Bolognese. I'm sure it's not. But I looked at a few different recipes and I kind of made a few tweaks here and there. For the meat, I'm gonna put in some ground beef. This is 80-20 beef, about a pound. Some salt, heavy pinch of salt, and some pepper. You just wanna crumble this up. And you wanna get the nice brown bits, which give it more flavor. And then a lot of times in Bolognese, there'll be a mix, maybe of veal, of pork, ground pork. I'm gonna do some pancetta, which is the pork element. Add that already chopped, make it easy. Okay, this is where we want it. All the crispy bits, the oil, the grease has come out of the pancetta and the beef. So now I'm just gonna turn this off for a second. And it's okay that you can see things are stuck to the bottom of the pan. We'll get all of that off because we're gonna deglaze it. So right now, let's take the beef and the pancetta out of the pan. We're gonna put a little bit more butter, and now we cook the veggies. Our mirepoix goes in, and already the bits are coming off the bottom of the pan. You can scrape the bits. To each layer, you wanna add salt, a little pepper, and you just wanna cook the veggies, not until they're brown, just until they're softened. Okay, so we cook down all of our veggies until they're nice and soft. We're gonna put the meat back in. To this, we start adding our liquids. So we've got a cup of milk. I'm just gonna do a cup to make it easier. A cup of crushed, finely chopped tomatoes. So see the textures, about a cup of that going in. A cup of white wine. There we go, beautiful. I was going to do tomato paste and I forgot, but it's okay, I'll add a little bit now. Just a tablespoon or 2. Give it a more rich tomatoey flavor. I've got my Parmesan rinds that I keep in the freezer. I'm gonna tuck one of those in there. A little more salt. I'm gonna put maybe a teaspoon of nutmeg. You're just gonna let this slowly just simmer away on the stove. A couple of hours, really, the better it will be. I'm gonna boil our pasta, our pappardelle. A lot of salt in our water. These cook for 6 minutes, so fast. And I looked it up, pappardelle, it said the interpretation is gobble up, which is hopefully what you'll wanna do when you taste the Bolognese. Okay, 6 minutes, stir that around. And then let's take a peek at our sauce. So the better it is, the longer it slowly cooks on the stove. So, and now it is thick. There's no liquid left. But what I am gonna do is a drizzle of heavy cream. And now all we do, we wait. And I'm gonna take the pasta and put it directly into the sauce. And then we're ready. Our pasta is done, and I'm just gonna put it directly into our sauce. It's okay, a little water. The water's good to kind of get things to all stick to each other, because you want all of these noodles to be coated in that sauce. You just want everything to get coated. Sometimes you need a little bit of that pasta water to just sauce things up. And we are done. Time to taste. I think this is the kind of meal you could just put the big pot on the table and let everybody go at it, but I have to taste just a little bit for you guys. Cozy, the house smells amazing, and then I think you want a shaving of Parmesan on there too. Let's give it a taste. Tastes so home cooked, cozy. You taste the meat and the cream and the veggies. That little hint of nutmeg, so good for a night home with the family. Coming up, snowy, chocolatey pine cones for your holiday table. And all you need is a few ingredients. It is a really cute Christmas treat, and all you need is box brownies, almonds, and chocolate chips. Here's how you make snowy chocolate pine cones. I think this is the time of year when you maybe would make something that you normally wouldn't make any other time of the year, because it takes a little more time and effort and energy, but it's worth it in the end, because you can also get the family and the kids involved in helping you make it. So today, our brownies are done out of the oven. So easy, we can all do the box brownie. And I put some of those Andes mints, you know, the little thin mints in there, just to add a little bit of peppermint flavor to our brownie, but certainly totally up to you. You could add marshmallows, you could add peanut butter, anything to kind of jazz up your store-bought brownie. But what we're gonna make today are these cute little chocolate dipped pine cones. And I happened to see some pictures of these on Pinterest, and I thought they were really cute, and I think we could try to pull this one off. So the first thing you do, you let your brownie cool a little bit. You don't want it piping hot, but you also don't want it cold. So you still want your brownie a little bit warm. And what you're gonna do, and it also can be a little undercooked too, that's okay. And you start to form it into maybe what you think could look like a pine cone. So a flat kind of a bottom, and it kind of goes up into this pointier shape. Then we take our slivered almonds, and this is where the kids can come and help, and you just stick these little slivered almonds. That's Theo and his truck. And then you go all around. There's no rhyme or reason. You just look for the good almonds. You kind of have to sift through the slivered almonds to find the good ones. And these are those little spikes that come out of the pine cone. And then when they're dipped in chocolate, they're gonna look like cute chocolatey dipped pine cones. Very festive. And I always believe everything looks better when you do a little powdered sugar on top. It's kind of fun. Have a little Christmas music on, drink some hot chocolate. I think these would be really fun to take to a cookie exchange, because most likely these won't already be on the table. Okay, there we go. We got one pine cone done. Okay, our cute little pine cones are ready for their dark chocolate bath. And I just have some dark chocolate chips in the microwave for about a minute. And look at that, done. That is it. You could obviously use milk chocolate, but I happen to like dark chocolate, and then to that, a little bit of coconut oil, just to thin out the chocolate. And then it gives us this nice shiny shell. And we want this thin enough to easily pour over our pine cones. Now, the fun part, just kind of drizzle. And you know what? Sometimes if it doesn't cover all the almonds, I'm okay with that. This is how it must feel to be a candy maker. You can let them just sit at room temperature, or if you want to hurry things up, pop it in the fridge or the freezer. I'm going to stick these in the fridge for a little bit. Our cute chocolatey pine cones are out of the fridge. They were just in there a few minutes. The chocolate has hardened. And now, to make it look, I think, well, like fresh fallen snow, and also to make any kind of mistakes go away, some powdered sugar, a little bit of powdered sugar in a strainer, and fresh fallen snow on our pine cones. You can put them on a cake stand or a wooden cutting board. So cute. And I also think, because they are pine cones, I think it'd be kind of sweet. Pine is not edible in this sense, but I think it'd be kind of fun to add a few little sprigs on our platter. We're done. For the recipes I featured in today's show, you can follow us on Instagram at KTLA California Cooking. Well, that does it for us. Thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Oh, we're getting down to business. She's taking off the ring.
We're going in.
These are the sprinkles that literally go everywhere.
These are the sprinkles that I need a vacuum sponsorship. Yes. If Dyson is listening, call me. Anyone?
I felt some go into my shoe. Yep.
Yep, there they go. Do you want some more? Would you like some more?
He was tired, but that baby was first.